Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm super excited about sharing some great tools with you guys today. Today, we're going to be talking about tools, productivity tools that you can use literally anywhere to work from anywhere. This is super powerful right now because a lot of people have been forced back into their homes and are having to figure out how to work potentially when they've been in a physical location before and they're having to work now from a virtual environment or inside of a different vacuum, if you will. So I am excited about sharing this. I took a look at the tools that I have used over the years, which ones make the most impact in my business and which ones would make the most impact, I think, for others as well. So as you guys are coming in, just give me a shout out. Where in the world are you? I have worked from a home office for roughly over 20 years, I guess. So this whole home office concept is not new to me. But I think the thing that is new and a challenge for many of us, even if we work from home, is I feel like I'm back in my teenage years. I can't even remember if I ever got grounded, but it's that concept of, you're a teenager and it's been a while since I've been a teenager, and but you've been grounded and you can't go out hang out with your friends, right? So I kind of feel like that. And how is everybody? I'm seeing a lot of people coming in from all over the place. We've got Amanda in Atlanta. Hello, Amanda. And we've got Alabama in the house. Hello, Felicia. And then we've got nope, I don't know that person. We've got Alberta. We've got hey, Deb Mitchell from Napa Valley. It's everybody's names are flying by pretty quick, so I'm trying to make sure. There we go. We've got hi from California. So curious, how is everybody? I would love to know how you guys are faring. Oh, well, okay. So Kathy says, I'm down 10.5. So happy. Girl, I think I'm going the other direction. I mean, that's a whole other story that we could talk about. It's like like I said, I work from home. What is so different now? But I feel like I'm emotionally eating, I think. Uh, okay, shoveling snow. So Valerie, where in the world do you live? I am in Tampa, Florida, and it is a lovely day here. So just the thoughts of snow, knowing that, I mean, obviously I know it's all relative to where we are, right? All right. Okay. So, like I said, I just wanted to kind of get a feel for where everybody is, and I want to welcome you guys. And like I say, we're going to talk about tools and specifically tools that you can use from anywhere. Obviously, most of the tools, I'm trying to think, tools I want to share with you guys today. I'm just rolling down through the list here. Most all of them, not only can you use them anywhere, but you can also use them with the phone. Most all of them have apps, and you can use them from a mobile device or from your desktop, and that makes a big difference. Good for you. So Kathy says when she was shopping for the pandemic, she didn't buy junk food. I think I went in the other direction. Like, oh yeah, I don't know. So Patrick, Paul is saying he's been home since March the 19th. Good for you, Paul. But it is crazy. Like I find myself like anytime the door opens, I'm like, oh, let me run outside. When there would have been days before when I didn't go out. Anyway, let's get going because I know your all's time is precious and I want to make sure I cover all of these tools that I have for you today. So the very first tool, and I'm just going to start. Oh, by the way, before we get started, one quick question or favor that I have for you guys is if you're currently using these tools, a tool that I mentioned, and you have a favorite thing about it, would you drop that in? Like, what do you use it for? And, how does it help you? Because, as I'm sharing things, I would love for other people to see that, oh my gosh, I'm using this tool and it helps me in this way. So I'd love it if you guys are like, if I mention a tool and you're already using it, please drop in a comment on it. Okay. And if you know somebody that would get value from this, I am really trying to give value in this time where I know a lot of people are struggling to find the right tools and the right things. And if you know someone who is struggling to work from a home environment and could use this, please feel free to sprinkle it out into the world because that would be super helpful, I think, for others. Save them time, money, and a lot of energy finding the right things. Okay, so that's just a few housekeeping things. Okay, so my first tool for you is Slack. Guys, we use Slack every day from dawn to dusk and beyond. Honestly, my team, I have a team of about 20, I think we're at 20 right now. And we're in like all over the world, literally all over the world. And Slack affords us an opportunity to, have, we have channels inside of Slack where there's specific things that we have just conversations around that. And we have private conversations with one another, if we need to send a private message or, like when we coordinate birthday videos, for example, every time somebody on the team has a birthday, we coordinate the video and we do that in a separate channel so that the person it's their birthday doesn't see all the communication, right? So we try to do it in secret and we leverage the power of Slack to do that. Slack for most of you could be totally free because it's, depending on the users, how many people you want to add as a user. It's free to anywhere from $6.97 to $12.50 per month per user. So if your team is small, I would recommend it. You can also add outside people to just like one channel for free. So how would that matter? Like it could be leveraged if you have clients, for example, that you just want them to pay attention to their channel. You can add them for free, which we do as well. We have, we have all of our clients in Slack so that we can communicate with them and they can communicate with us. We also use another tool, but I'll talk to you about that in a moment. Our primary communication tool is Slack. And yes, you can use it on the phone. I do it all the time. If I'm, downstairs, not in front of my computer, I'm on somebody sends me a message and I just engage with them on my phone. So Slack is great. How many of you guys are using Slack right now? I'm just curious. If you're not, check it out. One other way that I use Slack, just because it's a nice and convenient thing for me, everybody has their own private Slack channel, essentially, a user channel. And I use it as a dumping ground for ideas too. So just throwing that out there for anybody who might not have thought of that. All right. So next tool I have for you is one that everybody's talking about. In fact, I think Zoom stock has probably gone through the roof, right? Just because it's a great resource. It's free to $14.99 a month. And there are some other fees that you could add on that might be value-based to you based on what you're trying to do. Like if you wanted to use it to go live on Facebook, you would need the webinar feature and, that kind of thing. But Zoom is great. We use Zoom for in-person meetings all the time. We use it for our team meetings, so everybody can jump on at any given time. In the context of where we are right now with Zoom, there's so much context for Zoom that's not always business related. Like, if you're separated from your families right now, you could invite your family onto a Zoom meeting and you can see and engage and it's not the same as a hug by any means, but it's at a minimum, it's a way to connect and physically see and talk to people. So I think it's just such a great opportunity. And we have used Zoom, even when my son was stationed in Afghanistan. We Zoomed him in on Christmas Day and just had him on the, we pulled him in on the big screen TV, and it was almost like he was here, but not quite. But there's so much application, I think, right now. So if you guys are using Zoom and you're using it creatively, please drop in anything. Worth being, hopefully worth being. I'm just trying to get the breakdown of your username there, but she's saying she uses Zoom for live and team teaching. Yes, we've used it forever. I love it. Paul is saying I use Zoom every week. I do the update to prevent Zoom bombers. Yes. So in fact, let me share a quick story. I was on a Zoom call. Well, it was a live show, essentially. They were just using Zoom as the mechanism for the live show last week with my friend Mitch Jackson and some other folks. And we were Zoom bombed. This gentleman came in, he started using a lot of just nasty language, physically showed his tush to us. So we got a really nasty experience. So I didn't even know you could Zoom bomb, but that's a new thing evidently. And yeah, it was really not a pleasant experience. So definitely update. I'm glad you mentioned that. Oh, good. Look at this. So Lisa is saying they're doing a bridal shower. Good for you. Good for you. I love that. Worth beingology. Thank you. Thank you for breaking that down for me. I was struggling with it. I apologize for that. Okay, so creatively use Zoom right now, guys. There's a business application for sure. We have done just as a couple of other ideas from a team perspective. We have done teams giving. So we did a like a Thanksgiving celebration using Zoom. We have done pizza parties, all kinds of things, because like I say, my team is virtual. Every person on my team is in some other location. So having that environment where you can really build team camaraderie and team culture, Zoom is a great tool for that. So I highly recommend Zoom. And we kind of make it a funny too, I'll meet you on Zoom, hurry up, Zoom. Now, I would classify this as a life-changing tool for me personally. So let me give you my back end story here. And I actually, because we were on I was on a call talking to Monday.com just this last week, I think it was. And we were talking about what can we do? How can we show up and give more value in this time when people are needing to learn how to use tools to work remotely and things like that. So I have partnered with them on this show because we jointly came up with the idea and it just seemed to make sense. But Monday.com has been a game changer for me. So I've owned an online business for 28 years. And until this previous version, this current version of my business, I had never had one hot system. I was a fly by the seat of my pants girl. Everything was in my head. It was hard for me to hire teams or people to help me because I couldn't slow down long enough to give somebody a process to go do it that I didn't have to have a hand in it in some way. If any of this is sounding familiar to y'all, then you get it, right? Where it's a struggle sometimes to slow down to create the systems that drive your business. So that was me. That was me a year and a half ago. And keep in mind, I have built this is my 7th seven-figure business. So I've built multiple successful businesses over the years with no systems. I got to 7 figures with this version of my business so much faster than I had in any of the other ones, simply because I slowed down. And I can't take all the credit because Monday.com was definitely a piece of it, but my director of operations was honestly a bigger piece of it, because she forced me to slow down, to put systems in place, and that has changed the face of my business. So I'm a huge fan of Monday.com. And for those of you who are not familiar with Monday.com, I'm just trying to think. It's a management tool. So do y'all mind if I open up and I'll just show it to you real quick. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I do feel like it would give you value if I just showed you what it looks like on the inside. So let me share my screen with you. All right. So this is the back end of Monday, and I just opened it up. So I had some other things, but we've got everything broke down in here. The client management stuff is in here, the corporate stuff, course creation, all the stuff, even my personal brand is in here, like my blog and my podcast or my social media piece, all my social media content, that kind of stuff. Our products and services are in here. So let me just give you an example. I have a Go Social Content Club, and essentially that is a process. It's a content, social media content done for you. In other words, it's images that are created each and every month. And so we come up with the categories, and then we create the images for it. So we manage all that inside of Monday. So here's the different quotes that we're going to create. Like, here's a leadership bucket. If your actions inspire others to dream more. But the point of it is that we put everything in here so that the team as a whole knows exactly what it is that they're creating. And then I can come in here at any given time, and now I can see that all of these images right now are in the video contents creation stage. But I can at any point in time see where the project is. So everything is all set up in here. And when like, let's say, for example, I approve something, an image for the design team, then it goes directly to the designer and he knows what he's supposed to do with it. So that's just one piece of it. I know it looks a little bit complex, but like my blog is another strategy. So I have my blog, the content calendar in here. And so we have the content, the actual titles, we have the content status, whether it's been approved or it's, waiting on approval, the post type, like if it's repurposing blog or if we're just updating the blog. So the point of it is, it's really organized my business and changed the face of it. And just from a perspective of how does it matter financially, we started to track how much time we were spending on things. And now I think it's, roughly when we did the last run of numbers, it's increased our bottom line like 30% just on time savings alone. So I really, yes. So Deb knows my director of operations, which she's just recently moved over to director or a CMO. She's going to be doing the marketing going forward, but she is absolutely responsible for my progression using the powerofmonday.com. And it is free to $49, guys. So if you need to start putting systems in place, replicatable, like here's a list of how I do blank, right? Then monday.com is a great resource for you. I think you need that before you need to hire anyone, because you need the structure to be able to show people what they're supposed to do. So I'm a big fan of monday.com. It has certainly changed my business. If you go to kimgarst.com/Monday, you guys can get, obviously that's my affiliate link in all transparency, but you can go directly to monday.com as well. So hopefully that will give you something that you can leverage or at least check out. So moving on, how many of you guys have heard of LOOM? LOOM. It's loom.com. Loom is a best way I can think to describe it. It's a way to record your screen. So let's say, for example, one of the ways that we use it quite frequently is for feedback for the team. So if they send me a landing page and they want me to tell them, do I like it? Do I not like it? I usually record a screen flow of it and tell them what I like and what I don't like about it. So highly recommend checking it out. It is free to $4. And it's totally free if you're a teacher or a student. One of the things I have to give Loom a lot of credit for is they really stepped up when it came, when all of this started happening, and tried to be a force in the space and a leader in the space, giving their tool at a reduced rate, trying to really fill a void and a need. So I had been using them for a while, but it was really amazing to watch the tool that I love to really step up and lead and give a resource for people. So definitely check out loom.com. And next up is my friends over at Agora Pulse. Now, many of you guys know I am leveraged or talked about Agora Pulse for many, many moons. I am a huge fan, and I'll tell you a couple of things that I think are huge when it comes to Agora Pulse. For those of us who are in the social space and we're trying to create content that we can share out into the social space and where we can automate that in some ways, where, in other words, we can schedule our content, Agora Pulse is amazing for that. But one of the things that I really love about it is the ability to build what's called queues. And queues are huge for me because I share a lot of content, specifically on Twitter, more so than any of the other platforms. But on Twitter, I am posting my blog content there fairly frequently. And so I built a Twitter queue, that's what we call it, for my blog content. And my blog content goes out on Twitter and, automatically. I don't sit here and tweet all day. It's just automatically there. We try to keep the queue updated. And it's a huge opportunity, I think, to get things set up and automated for you and always working for you. So like for me, Twitter drives about 1 million clicks a year to my blog. So if I had to sit here and tweet all day, that would be crazy. Like I couldn't do it. So with the opportunity to schedule my content, leveraging a tool like Agora Pulse, it just is a great opportunity. And you can get 2 free months, guys, if you go to that link, kimgarst.com/Agora Pulse-deal. So I'm always about trying to give deals at the same time. I do have a great opportunity for you guys to give it a go for a couple of months and see if you like it. So try it out. It's kimgarst.com/Agora Pulse-deal. And by the way, let me just share this real quick with you guys as well. I have created a little, let me find it here. You can go to kimgarst.com/top tools and you can get all of these in a PDF, guys. So if you've missed one or two somewhere along the line, or if you want a way to reference back to it, definitely go to kimgarst.com/top tools. And you can just take advantage of all of them in one place. You'll have them all in one place. They're in a PDF. Looks beautiful. My team did it. I can't take credit for it, but it does look beautiful. So next tool up is 1Password. So this is another thing that I have to give Rhonda, she was my director of operations, credit for, because she set all this up too. So when she came on board, a lot of my stuff was just hodgepodge all over the place. And I'm creative, so all that stuff was like, oh yeah, I wrote it down somewhere. Let me find that password, or oh, it's here, or I don't know the password. That was usually my answer. I'm like, I don't even know the password. I just do the reset and boom, there we go. Right? That was my answer. That was the way I solve things. How many of you guys are that way too, where you are always searching for a password? Anybody, or is it just me? I mean, it could be just me. I'll own that, but I was really not good with the password stuff. And how many of you guys use the same password everywhere? How many of you guys use the same password everywhere? Like, so if, for example, somebody got one of your passwords, they would have your password to everything. Oh, please. Okay, so that was me too. So I'm no judgment here, because that was me too. But now it's time for you guys to not do that, okay? You need a place to store all of your passwords. You need a place that generates secure passwords for you. Let me give you a story that is not mine, but many of you guys know my friend Shalene Johnson, and she's very well known in the online space. Several years back, her Instagram account was hacked. And so she started getting messages from her friends saying, there's porn on your Instagram account. And she's just like started to freak out, right? So she immediately goes in and changes her password, And literally in just 2 minutes, they would have control of her Instagram account again. Why? Because they had access to her email. So every time she would change her password, they had access to her email. They could go back in and change it again. So it was a nightmare. And it took several weeks to get Instagram to help her to get it all figured out. She had to hire security experts. It was a nightmare. And she lost all of her content. She had to start fresh with her content because they deleted all of her content. So there's a couple of great resources out there. There's LastPass, there's 1Password. What I understand through Shalene's experience and through an experience I just recently had that wasn't necessarily related to, it was related to my blog. 1Password is more secure than any of the other tools out there. We had been using LastPass. Somebody recently just said, listen, 1Password is so much better. And so that's why I'm recommending it. But it is a place for you not only to store your passwords, it's also a place for clients to share their passwords without you being able to see them and your team being able to see them. So it provides a security level for your clients. And it also generates secure passwords for you, like this long password that you would never remember, but that nobody else is going to guess either. And the other great thing is you can use it on your phones. So if you install the app, it works anywhere you are, which is awesome. I am constantly leveraging my app on my phone for passwords. All I have to do is go in to the app, find the thing I'm looking for, click, boom, I'm in. If I need to go into Instagram or if I need to get whatever site I'm trying to get into, no more hunting and pecking for things. It's all right there. It's so much easier, so much better, and so much more secure, guys. So I highly recommend that you check this out because, again, if you're going to be doing business online, virtually, etc., 1Password is huge. All right, my 7th tip for you is the Google Drive. How many of you guys are currently using Google Drive? When I say Google Drive encompasses all the Google, like Google Docs, Google Slides, whatever all the pieces are in the Google Drive. You can create different types of formats. It's got an Excel application inside of the Google Drive. And it's free. And I mean, honestly, it's going to take a lot of content to get to 15 gigabytes of stuff. So I've been on a free account for a long time, and we do use it for a lot of stuff. So, yep, Lisa is saying, love using the Google Drive. And Valerie, yes. So she's just getting used to it. Lisa says she loves it. And then, yeah, Felicia is saying, I love Google Drive. Yes, can't live without it, says Jenny. Yes, I love Google Drive. If you're looking for something that might be a little bit more robust, then Google Drive, I recommend Dropbox. Now, Dropbox also is free to low cost. It's free to like $9.99 a month, depending on how much storage you need. But it is another great resource that we use a lot. We store all of our client content in the Dropbox. And then they have access to that drive, whatever their drive, their folder. So every client has their own folder. We organize it and keep all their assets together in there, and then they have access to it. They can go in and grab whatever they need at any given time. So Dropbox is huge for us, and it's just a different methodology for using things. So Paul is saying he uses Dropbox daily. Yeah. So Brenda is saying, how do you get 1Password to know all your passwords? You do have to enter them in initially. And what's really neat about it is it will prompt you for them when you go to sign up, when you go to sign into that website. And then the next time you go to that website, it'll automatically be there for you, which is super, super cool. Great question, by the way. All right. So Google Calendar. How many of you guys are using Google Calendar? I could not honestly live without my Google Calendar. It's what I use to keep me straight each and every day. How many are you are using Google Calendar? I block time on it. Of course, any appointments I have or any calls I have, we have a promotion calendar that goes on that all of our calendars are on a Google calendar. So Valerie is saying, yep, you love it. And guess what? The best part of it is it's free. It is free. All right. So Linus is saying, yes, absolutely. So highly recommend the Google Calendar. And like I say, if you guys are just jumping in and you're like, okay, so what was 1 through 8? I'm going to put the link back up here for how you go to grab all these. So it's kimgirst.com/top tools. So just go grab it. It's a PDF. You can download it and you'll get to see all the tools that I've covered today with a little explanation of them. Google Calendar was my last. So I have nine must-have tools. And like I say, most of these can also be leveraged from a mobile device, which is huge as well. So how about you guys? What do you feel like are must-have tools that are really helpful for you? I would love to know what you guys are using each and every day, things that I might not have mentioned. And yeah, Felicia's saying Google Calendar is all I use to schedule everything. Same here, Felicia. And we connect all of our, like we're using Calendly right now to book all the guests for my Marketing That Grows Your Business show. And it's just integrated with Google Calendar and it just works. So I'm a big fan. Bitly is Aja, I hope I'm saying that correctly, is saying Bitly is something she uses. I used to use Bitly all the time, and I think it's absolutely a great resource. Something similar that we've started using is Pretty Links, so that I can use my own branded name. So I can use like what I just did, kimgarst.com. Rhonda's got it pulled up here. So kimgarst.com is a pretty link. This kimgarst.com top tools. And that way you can use your own domain name. That did not want to come out. Excellent. So Linus is saying she is excited to know that she's using all of these tools with the exception of Monday.com. Check out Monday.com. So go to kimgarst.com Monday and check it out, Linus. Here's another one. I use Swoosh app to reduce the size of graphics. Yeah, okay. That's a good one. I love that. Thank you. Same. I'm a big fan of Easel. I am making the transition from Canva over to Easel, and I'm a big fan. I agree, Deb. And then another one, I use Snap Retail to organize social posts and website changes. Not heard of that one, so that's interesting. And then I like iCloud Drive for transferring things between my phone and my computer. Ooh, that's a great resource. So I have this little like contraption so that I use that for that. But I'd be curious as to how that works. So I have this little like SanDisk thing. I just happen to have it here on my desk. And it plugs in. So here's the little connection. Obviously, it plugs into my phone, and it's a USB on the other side. And so I just take things from my phone and then take it to my computer. But it sounds like maybe the iCloud Drive might be a little easier. And then we have a Canva, bank accounts, Grammarly, LastPass. Grammarly is another one. Obviously, bank accounts for sure, right? I mean, got to check that out. Cloud Convert. What does that do, Aja? Is that what you were referring to? Where the tool that you use, so you just go to Cloud Convert and set it up, I'm assuming. And then we've got Tiny JPEG. Oh, good one, Carrie. Yes. And then I'm just looking to see who else has got. So I use socialbee.io for content posting. I'm assuming that's maybe like an Agora Pulse, or is it just for content? I use Trello to organize my stuff. Trello is similar to Monday.com. It's a more basic tool, I think, than Monday.com, but it's very similar in the functionality, Paul. So yeah, I love that you're already using a management tool. That's great. So Lisa says her typing stinks. And so, the flip side of that is, how many of you guys just hate it sometimes when spell check thinks they know how to spell? Like, is that annoying to you all? Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you, Deb. So yeah, you guys can just go to Amazon. If you honestly, if you're in on Facebook right now, you can just follow that link. Deb just posted a great link there to go to this little contraption that I was telling you guys about. It's literally just a little thing that plugs into the end of my phone and allows me to move things. Oh, you know what? I'm so glad you mentioned this because, I should have included this because I literally am going live so frequently now that sharing tools with people around this is, which I'm getting ready to do, by the way, but I won't go into that right now. But the tool that I'm using right now, where I am live currently on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn Live, and Periscope/Twitter Live, whichever one you want to call it, is StreamYard. And I'm a big fan. Yeah. So and obviously it does a lot of cool things, as you guys could see. I can pull up, pull up websites on it. I can do, there's just a lot of functionality. I can pull up my screen. I can show videos. I can pull in guests, things of that nature. And here's a link. Thank you, Rhonda. So if you guys go to kimgarst.com/StreamYard, by the way, I am a big proponent of passive revenue, guys, aka affiliate revenue. So lots of times you will see me share things that are a pretty link with an extension. Those are usually affiliate links. That doesn't mean you have to use my affiliate link. You can feel free to go directly to the platforms themselves. I just like to model what I teach. So it's a great way to generate revenue. If you love a tool and you're sharing it with other people and you share an affiliate link, it's a way to generate revenue. Let's see. So Jenny is asking the question, do you prefer this over Be Live? I'm using that now. I do. I used to be a big Be Live user before I found StreamYard. Be Live's been around longer. What I like about StreamYard is that it's just so much simpler. I found that when they made the shift to the last iteration of Be Live, it just got hard to set it up, and StreamYard is just very streamlined. And it is, again, it's kimgarst.com/stream, like StreamYard. Yes, I would definitely give it a go. It's worth giving a go. Every time I share it with somebody and they've been using something else, they're like, oh my gosh, I will definitely go check that out. And then when they do, they're like, they love it. All right. All right. Well, I am so thankful for all the time you guys spent with me today. I hope you picked up something that was value-based to you. I'm really appreciative of the opportunity to partner with Monday.com on this to bring you guys some great tools. And I'm glad that I was able to share them with you because some of you guys had never heard of them. So check them out. Yes. So Felicia's saying thanks for sharing because she was going to ask. Yep. I love StreamYard. And like I say, guys, go check out Monday.com. A lot of the other tools it sounded like you guys were already familiar with. And I don't want you to forget that you can absolutely go grab all of these tools by just going to kimgarst.com /top tools. It's a nice, pretty PDF. All the tools are there. And that way you can circle back to them at a later point in time. So hopefully that will be beneficial to you. All right. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Please, please, please take care of yourself. Stay home as much as you can. And if there's anything I can do to assist, please reach out. If you're on Facebook, just hit the whichever button up there. Send us a message. We're really being proactive and trying to be out here and giving you guys as much value as possible. Connection, even a voice of sanity if you need one, just somebody to talk to sometimes. So take care of yourselves and God bless. I'll see you tomorrow, going live around, I think probably 1, potentially 3. I'm not quite sure yet, but you'll see me again tomorrow. All right. Take care, guys. God bless.